Hello, my name's Jen and I just finished planning our homeschooling year, so I thought I'd make a video and show you what that looks like to see if it can help you plan yours. So I have a couple of pieces. My binder that holds all of my plans and any paperwork that I'm going to need for the year. Every child has a clipboard with a checklist and has a notebook that holds all of their paperwork. My planning binder is divided into a few sections. Each child has their own color-coded section that also matches the color of their notebook, just to help keep things organized. And in each section, it'll have what they're going to do for the whole year. And then I also add a list of attainments, just to help me stay focused on what I hope they accomplish over the next few years. And then if I'm following Ambleside Online to the letter, then I would include their weekly schedules in this section as well. The next section is just random lists and paperwork that I need to stay organized so that I know what these is usually the long-term goals by term or by month of what I hope to accomplish, and then the months. So each month we'll have a weekly schedule, the lyrics to our hymn, our folk song, and the words to the poem that we're memorizing. Sometimes I'll also include a Bible verse that we're memorizing, but it's usually just something that's bookmarked in the Bible or something that's on Bible Gateway. For my weekly checklist, we have a morning meeting, and it's just sitting down on the couch with the kids, and they will grab their checklist and each tell me what's on their checklist so I can make a mental note of what I need to be prepared for the day. And I just share any evening plans that we have, things like that. I have a box that just says children's checklist, and that's just our morning week work of what is everybody's independent work that I need to do individually with them. In the afternoon, I have 3 loops. This first loop pretty much stays the same. It's just a reading from some category: Shakespeare, biographies, Canadian history, geography, nature readings. This second loop doesn't change much except for this section here. I just add in things that I feel like we need to practice more. So maybe some map drills or math drills. I also put in any riches that only take a couple minutes to complete, get thrown into that rotation. So there's 5, and I would just pick 1 from that line each day. The third loop randomly changes depending on what our needs are, and I just map out, say, how many times I want to complete handiwork in 1 week. So I want to do it twice a week, so it's twice in my list, and we just pick 2 every day from this list. And if I feel like our day is running too long or attention spans are waning, then I might do 1 or I might do none. I've settled on 2 different checklists for the kids. It doesn't matter what kind of checklist you use. This is just what feels right for my needs. It has their name at the top, like their full name, because I realized that I didn't do a very good job of teaching them how to spell their middle name, so this puts it in their face every day. This checklist is for younger grades, maybe 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, depending on their needs. And we do a loop schedule because that suits our needs the best. But I still want them to be able to practice writing the days of the week. So for the younger ones, they will fill out what day it is And there's a little cheat sheet underneath their checklist. And I just map out how many times do I want to do math in a week. For the youngest one, this is a grade 2. He only has 4 days on his list because that's all he needs. And the 5th day, we do things like music lessons and hikes and science experiments, things that take longer. And then older grades have a more complex list. I know that I want 3 different history books to be read each 1 time a week. And then I just plug in days to make sure that all of the subjects are spread out through the week. When I have something scheduled that's an audio book or an audio that requires the computer, we use Duolingo right now for foreign language. Then there'll be a little icon that reminds them that they need to go to the computer and grab some headphones. And then this is for a grade 7 child, so a lot of her work is independent, and she needs to come to me to check in without me having to say, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you do this? So she has a box to check off that she read that text, but then she has a little note here that says narrate to make sure that when she has my attention, she needs to narrate this book. And then notebooks. I haven't coil bound these ones yet, so that's on the list to do. I've pulled 2 from a young grade and an older grade to give an idea of what that looks like. So at the beginning is just a introductory page, name, address. We do a little activity where they help kind of map out their year of things that they want to accomplish in the year. This is just a little reminder of who we can add to our book of centuries. Mostly for me to remember. And then the next section will be drawing lessons, and it's just a collection of blank pages, copy paper, and they just do 1 a week, 1 drawing lesson. The science notebook for the younger grade has I don't remember how to pronounce this, a nature wheel. We're going to do just a couple of activities together. So this is going to graph the weather for a week or so. For this student, I have a couple of worksheets that I found on Teachers Pay Teachers. He feels like he's missing out on science experiments because his older siblings have science experiments scheduled, but because he's younger, he doesn't. So this just kind of helps him feel like he has some special science to do. He really likes science-related activities. This section is going to help him organize some printed pictures of animals because he's going to be reading Burge's Animal Book. So this is going to help him organize different classifications of mammals. I have maps. This is where they color maps, write notes, and trace regions according to what books they're reading. Pre-made copy work depending on what books they're reading. Our Island Story, Little Duke, and that's it. We also have a family book of centuries, so he'll participate in that, and he has his own nature journal. Last one is my grade 7 student. Oops. Just trying to cover that part up. Same idea, drawing lessons. her science notebook still has that first page because it's a group activity that we're going to complete. But the rest of her science notebook is just narration pages. So whatever her science, we're going to mostly be following Ambleside Online science texts. So she'll draw something and write something. Map work. We use Spelling Wisdom for dictation, so it's just some blank sheets of paper for her to write down what I dictate. Narration, we're going to be learning how to use a century chart, so we're going to do 2 of those. And then this pocket is going to hold all of her printed written narrations. She was writing them by hand, so I just had some blank pages in here, but this year she wants to write on the computer and print them out. So we're going to slide them in there. That's it. Thank you.